morning, YouTube. We have a lot to catch up on from the past 3 months. We started documenting the beginning of marathon prep, and we didn't show anything else. YouTube, social media took a backseat once again. We are back now and really committing to it. I say this every time, but this time I mean it. Really committing to it. It is 4:15 a.m. to Tuesday. This past Sunday we just ran the Chicago Marathon, and it was something. So today we're gonna go hit the legs because we're feeling better after the Monday after. So it's 2 days out now from the race. We're feeling better. We're gonna hit some legs, really get back on that and start training legs hard. And we're also gonna kind of share some marathon thoughts on how it went, what I thought, how I was feeling, how I'm feeling now, all that stuff. So we need to get some water in, a little bit of food. We're gonna do a cinnamon roll, some strawberries, some pre-workout, and then get ourselves over to the gym for a workout before our clients of the day. All right, y'all. So made it to the gym a little bit later. I hope this volume was okay with the fan going here, but a little bit later than I wanted it to be. I'm starting to hit the gym before clients. This is my MO post marathon now that I'm back in the gym. I want to really go hard on Instagram, YouTube content, and also I actually really want to go hard on my workouts as well, because they've been kind of lacking. Running, obviously, has been the priority the past 20 weeks. I'm on Nike Running app. I'm on a 20-week streak right now, which I'm going to maintain, especially going into the Hyrox. But the gym is definitely going to get back into being consistent for me. Hopefully at least 5 days a week. I'm working on building out a complete 12-week Hyrox program, but I've got for sure the first few weeks set up. And so we're gonna start kind of going through that, playing around with that, and making that a nice solid program to run. All that aside, early mornings here at the gym, empty. I get control of the aux. I can just film whatever without having to worry about people in the background. And it's a lot easier to do this type of stuff where I can actually talk and I can kind of explain what I'm going through. So today we got legs, gonna be a little abbreviated just with the timing of things. Actual workout today, we're gonna be front squatting. That's gonna be my primary squat movement going into Hyrox. So I was having some issues with it going into the marathon and getting some weird kind of knee hamstring pain sort of, but we're gonna give that a try and make sure that's feeling good. And that's gonna be like I said, the primary squat movement going into the Hyrox race. We'll hit that. We'll hit a little bit of hamstrings, probably a hamstring curl machine. We'll do that to warm up. Hamstring curl machine, into some front squats, into then lunges, or just kind of single leg box steps probably, actually. And that'll probably be it for today. So short, quick, and to the point. So let's quit yapping, get to it.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right, so keep it moving. We're running out of time. We're gonna go GH these instead of hip thrusts. Still the same idea with some hip extension, but a little bit easier. I don't feel like loading up a barbell for hip thrusts. So I also like these because we're gonna get a little bit more of a hamstring stretch as well here at that bottom, which feels really nice right now. So to wrap it up today, hopefully this isn't too loud with the speaker above me, but we're gonna be doing a little superset here, adding this in kind of last minute. Getting some calf raises here. Superset with some walking lunges. So idea here, work that ankle mobility, full range, get a good stretch at the bottom here, and then go right into that walking lunge. All right, going dumbbells for lunges today. We will transition into barbell to replicate Hyrox a little bit more with that weight on the back, just for the sake of ease and time today. We got dumbbells. All right, so protein shake post gym with a little bit of creatine that I almost forgot to take. We're getting back on a nice routine here, and yeah, it feels good. Just had my second of 3 clients just now, an hour and a half-ish. Yeah, about an hour and a half gap until my next one, so I can kind of come home. I'm gonna shower quick. I'm gonna get Kai out. Maybe make a little bit of breakfast and then get back over. But I was just talking to the client I just had about it. It's so nice being done with the marathon in the aspect of that loop is closed and that's not a focus anymore. Because it was just so actually time consuming, but then also mentally consuming as well, where it's like that's the only thing you're thinking about for 20 to 16 weeks, however long your training was. For me, 20 weeks. That's really how long I was running in preparation for it. So to have that checked off, done, and now I can kind of just focus on training clients, my actual training, kind of get back to what I was doing with lifting being a priority. It feels nice. The biggest thing that I've heard from a lot of people so far today and yesterday was that they were amazed at how well I was moving. And I think that's one thing that should change with marathons, you should be able to walk for sure 2 days after. If you're not able to move or like walk comfortably 2 days after, your training, if you're doing another one, your training needs to be better. It needs to be adjusted. And I really credit a lot of my recovery, or my ability for my body to recover, to the strength training that I did during it, because I probably didn't run near as much as I did. I should have done longer runs in training. I never went above 15, and not doing that did hurt me in the race. But as far as my body's ability to recover, the strength training that I did, I really believe played a massive role with putting my body under that stress of weights, and it allowed the stress of running all those miles to not wear on me in my joints as much as it would have. So strength training, huge in not just running the marathon, but like the recovery, because that's really what you're training for with a marathon, is to not really run that far, but to allow your body to adapt to it and like be able to recover from it. Cause like anyone can really go out and just run a marathon, but you're not going to feel good after. And so the training is what helps you not feel like shit after. So that's all I got there for right now. We need to get this shake in, get a shower, and get back to the gym. So race recap. It's time we talk about that and catch up on what all happened with the marathon. So, it was one of the craziest things I've experienced, just the amount of people running, everything with it, emotions, feel just, I don't even know, it's hard to put into words, it was just crazy. But getting to how the actual race went, I'm gonna take a look at my stats here. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the pacing, or my paces, but it wasn't necessarily that I started off that hot, but I didn't really start that fast. But looking at the paces, I averaged a 7:24 pace, which doesn't sound great for what I was going for, but when you actually look at the paces, you'll see that, I'm going to throw it up on the screen here as well. You'll see that I started slow, then picked it up and held a pretty consistent pace. But then those last miles, 22, 3, 4, 5, and 6, were rough. So I'm not getting too far ahead, but started off a little faster than I wanted to. My goal was to start around like 7 minute per mile pace, hold that for the first 3 or 5-ish, and then from for sure 5 to 20, try and hold that marathon pace of like a 6:50, 6:55, and then hitting mile 20 and kind of taking a look at where I'm at, how I'm feeling, and either trying to just hold that to the rest of the race, and that would have put me pretty much right at 3 hours finishing time, or if I'm feeling good, maybe try and negative split some of those last miles and for sure get a sub 3 time. Started off mile 1 good, but then we kind of got caught into it, and so we kind of were like, I would be going good clip, and I would kind of catch myself, pull it back a little bit, and I was kind of yo-yoing a little bit, and then we kind of settled in around mile like 6, 7-ish, and it felt really good, and we were just cruising, and like those first 15, 16 miles flew by. I heard people talk about it and be like, you know, with the adrenaline, the emotions, everything, your first 7 kind of just go by in a blink of an eye, and you're 7 miles in. it was the first like 15, 16, 17 miles was that for me. Like it was just like blink of an eye or over halfway. And then when you hit that halfway point, and then when you hit like 15, 16 miles, it's like, all right, 10 miles to go. And for me, that was the big moment, was 16, mile 16, because I found myself with the actual pace group for a 3-hour marathon. And part of me thinks that kind of got to my head, where before I want to say I was ahead of them, and then I stopped to kind of put some biofreeze in my knees because they were kind of getting a little achy, and I don't know, pacing kind of got thrown off, and so I think I was ahead of them a little bit, so they were kind of behind me, and so it wasn't in my mind. But then when I found myself with them at that point, 10 miles to go, I'm like, yo, like this is like, I'm gonna do sub 3, like I'm actually gonna do it. But then seeing them moving at that clip, knowing that's the clip I have to keep. Like there's no give or take with it. Like that's what I have to stay at. It wore on me, I think mentally. I was trying to really fight, which in that took its toll. And then by the time we got to like mile, where does it show? Kind of like 21, 22, we started hitting a wall. The right abs started cramping like crazy. It was a wicked cramp in the right abs. Yeah, because I want to say, look at my pace splits here. Mile 18 we were 7 minutes. Mile 19 we hit 6:55. Yeah, I want to say I started to try and go negatives. I can't remember what exactly the thing is. I want to say I started to try and go negatives for those last 6. Then we did 6:50 for mile 20, and then we hit the wall, and from that point on, it was just a battle. Right abs cramping like crazy. We started feeling the quads, started feeling the knees, hamstrings, calves, like it just started to all go. There was also, no one talks about it, also, everyone talks about the hill at mile like 26 on Roosevelt. Mile like 21, 22, there's this kind of like underpass, great hill thing that was wicked. Like it was worse than the Mount Roosevelt at mile 26, but that really got to me. And yeah, it was just a battle then. Mile 22 we grinded out, still moving, because we had a 7:49 pace. But then 23, 24, 25, and 26, we were walk, run, going back and forth, just trying to find, really it wasn't really even like the hamstrings or the quads or like any of that, it was just the cramp in the abs that like just was so biting and so killer. And, like I just could not find a way to shake it. It just would not go away. And it really got to me. And so yeah, and those last few miles were a struggle. And those last few miles of the marathon were interesting to be a part of and watch, obviously, because I'm struggling on my own. But when you're watching everyone else, and like, it's just that feeling of like you're so close. Like you just did 23 miles, 22 miles, and you've got 3 or 4 left. And for as fast as, for me at least, as fast as those first, say 17 went, those last 3 or 4 took forever. It felt like eternity to get through. And it was a grind. But you come down Michigan, you hit that corner on Michigan going into Roosevelt, and it is electric. Like it is crazy. And that's the other struggle with the kind of like back miles, where it's like miles 20 through 25 on that marathon. It's just they're desolate. They have something else people talk about. There's just no one out there, and it really gets to you because like your body's hurting, mentally you're getting fatigued, feet hurt. You've just done 22 miles. It's just wearing on you. But then when you hit that, like I said, Roosevelt corner, you get the crowd again, you get the cheers, you get the energy. all of that goes away, and it's just finish line. It's all you can think about. So, yeah. Overall, first marathon, I'm happy with. Obviously, it wasn't the time that I wanted, but considering it was the first marathon that I've ever done, I can't be too disappointed with it. It was so much fun. It was so crazy. After having watched it for like 2 or 3 years, last year I finally said I need to fucking do it. Like, I need to do this. It's amazing, and I couldn't be more glad that I did it. And I so badly want to do it next year. I probably won't fundraise for it, but I'm hoping after having done one now, I'm able to get get picked in the lottery for a spot, because yeah, it is so crazy, so much fun. It's like a race I would want to do every year, which I'm hoping to do the Shamrock Shuffle, the half marathon, hoping I get to the lottery, and then by doing all three, I can get automatic into 2026. So I'm hoping to have that and kind of lock that in each year. But yeah, crazy, amazing race. That's wrapping today. So we're back on schedule, hitting the gym, getting the YouTube videos in, and it feels really good. We gotta get some editing done with content we got earlier, and we are rolling. So make sure subscribe. We've slowly been ticking up subscribers, even though I haven't really been posting videos. Subscribers have still been ticking up, which is so awesome to see. I've kind of been keeping up with the shorts, yeah, reels, shorts, TikToks, whatever. Short form stuff I've been keeping up with, but subscribe, like the video, give it a comment below. Mainly also share what you want to see, if there's different videos, anything else with a marathon you want to know about, training, whatever, drop it in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next video.